Okay, hello again, my friends. This is Manny here with his little algorithm on how to pick the lottery system. I mainly play the Pick 3 lottery, and I get uh, based on my numbers on my algorithm system, and I generally play my numbers in a straight direct order. I don't like box bet or anything. So because when you hit it straight on the Pick 3, you get the max price, which I think is like $500, something like that. So I usually I wager very little money, but I like to go for the top prices. So I've given myself use my ability to be able to get my numbers straight across. So I'm going to show you my algorithm I've developed, and that's helped me over the course of my lottery playing game and everything. So, and I'm gonna dive into it, and I'm gonna walk you through step by step on how I do it. Okay, so basically what I do is I keep a record and charts of all my games I play. For example, we're gonna predict for the August the 3rd. Okay, I'm gonna show you. I usually do mine, very straight order. Position 1, position 2, and position 3. I use Excel. It's got a built-in functions and stuff that actually does all the math and all the calculations for me. So all I have to do is just input the numbers, and then you actually to the final stage give me the numbers I need to select. So here, so I'm gonna show you, and just kind of bear with me as we walk through, and take notes if you have to. I'm gonna be very patient, but I'm gonna show you what I'm looking at when I do what I do. Okay, so what I do is I go the last 10 results, okay, of a lottery game, Pick 3 game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I take 10 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I take that and I copy it. I put it onto my Lotto Sum board, I call it. I paste those values in there. Okay, those values I'm going to be working out of. They come in handy after a while. I'll show you. And then I go to my red zone. This red zone right here is for blocking all the past numbers that I'm about to be working with. So I copy a red zone, and I'm gonna block it off. That's a 7. Okay. I'm gonna block off a 2, and so on and so forth. All the numbers hit. And there's a 0, a 4, a 9, a 3, a 3, an 8, a 4, and a 3. Okay, now that I've blocked off those, now I'm going to get the mirrors of those numbers I just blocked off. Okay, I'm going to get the mirrors of all those numbers I just blocked off. The sum of the mirrors anyways. So 7, sum of 7 is a 2. 2 is a 7. 0 is a 5. Okay, and so on and so forth. And it's a little process, but it comes out all the way it's supposed to. And 4 is a 9, 9 is a 4, 3 is an 8, 3 is an 8, 8 is a 3, 4 is a 9, and 3 is an 8. So basically, it comes up to giving us the number 9 for the sum of the mirror. Okay, and then I'm gonna go up here. I usually do also is anything from 0 down, or low end, and 5 up at the higher end. So I split it up in two ways, so that way I know which way to pick my numbers, high or low. I'll show you here in a minute what I'm talking about. Okay, so you have the top direction and the bottom direction. That's part of what I'm just talking about. Okay, on the top part, top direction, I'm going to count all the numbers I've hit so far on the top part. 1, 2, 3. Right? So you have 1, 2, and 3 at the top part. So it seems like in the last 10 drawings, there's only been 10 hits in the top part. So it's very little. Very, not very much at all. And on the bottom end, of course, 3 minus 10 will be 7. Okay, so on the top part in the last 10, there's very little activity at all. on the top part. So which pretty much tells me, what that tells me is, if I'm going to pick my numbers, I'm looking at picking up anything from the upper end, upper end of from, for example, upper end and upper end from where the last hit, number 3, hit. I'm picking, in other words, I'm picking from top, not from the bottom. Okay, so now let's move right along and let's get the moving average of this, what I'm talking about here. So the first one is a 7. The bottom moving average, the mirror of a 7 is a 2. And then we have a 2 and we have a 7. We have a 0, the mirror of 0 is a 5. We have a 4, the mirror of that is a 9, right? Oops. 4, 9. We have a 9 and a 4. We have a 3 and an 8. We have a 3 and an 8. We have an 8 and the mirror of that is a 3. We have a 4. The mirror of that is a 9. And I was a little interrupted. I'm sorry there. And then, of course, we have a 3. And the mirror of that is an 8. So here we have a moving average of 10.6 moving average. Okay. Now I'm going to explain here in a minute what that moving average is. Now there's a decimal there, so when I enter the decimal 6 there on the second box I created there, all this yellow stuff it just means I need to put some inputs there for the computer to do its thing. So on the second box there's the decimal, and then the actual, which is a 10. That's the moving average of 10. The 0 actually has no value, so it's equal to 5, because 5 is the medium, is the mean, right here, the mean. So we assign the number 5, value of 5 to 0, and then 1, of course. Then 1 plus 5 is a 6. So we input that in the 6 in the first box there. And then come down here, it says there's 3 moving averages. There's 1, 2, and 3. So the first one is going to be a 6, just like this right here. Okay. It's a 6. And then it gives us a number 5, 6, 5. So we enter that in the first box, 6, 5. The second moving average is a 3. It gives us a 3, 2. And the third moving average is a 2. It gives us a 2, 1. Okay, so basically that's what it's done so far. Is all this right here is just a calculation of all these moving averages. Now what I'm looking at here is this side right here. We have the positive and the negative side, and basically you want to look on the negative. I look on the negative side, the least value on the negative side. That's just some kind of a ratio, of these 3 moving averages. So I see a number 2 there, so number 2 is what we're gonna pick. Pick a number 2 there. Now look at this down here. It says STP at, that right there. I put that, it says stop at. The last time the hit was at number 3. The last time it hit is at number 3. So it stopped at 3. So go down here and input 3 in there. Okay. Now the 19 is just a calculation of all the different moving averages, and basically right here is the least number that will go into this is a 3, because 3 into 18 is 6, and then of course you're gonna have 1 left over, which is okay, just take a note of that. So we're gonna put a 3 there, and then we have 1 left over. We're gonna use that 1 here in a little bit. But okay, now we got, this is the count. We're gonna count our numbers. Okay, now he's give us a 6 count, but then you have the decimals, the 3 decimals, 333. That pretty much, I use that as a yard, kind of a benchmark, do I round up, do I go down, or do I keep it at 6? So I don't know. So what I'm gonna use is 333. There's a box right here created. I'm gonna put it right here. If it's greater than 5, then it means I'm gonna go up. If it's lesser than 5, then I'm gonna go down, or if it doesn't, then I'm just gonna stay at 6 counts. So I'm gonna do 333. It give me the number 9. Now 9 actually has no value either, because 9 plus any number is the number itself. So 9 is redundant, right? 9 has nothing. So basically it's telling me I'm going to stay at 6. But what about that 1 we got from dividing 3 into 18? That 1, I'm going to add it to 6, so my count becomes 7. All right? That makes sense. So now my count now becomes 7. Because 9 is redundant. I don't go up, I don't go down. I stay at 6, but I got that 1. 3 into 18 gives me 6, and I still have that 1 left to give me 19. So I add that 1 into 6, gives me 7. So my count now is now 7. So I go up here, and this is what I do my little magic here. And I go from the top. And I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's a 9. Go on the bottom side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is a 5. So I have a 9 and a 5. So there's a box right here. I enter my 9 right here. And I enter my 5. It gives me a count of 1. There's 2 boxes right here. There's 1 right here, okay, and there's this other one right here. I mainly use both of them. If this was a 4, like just like this, if this was a 4 right here, then I'll enter 4 in here, since it's a duplicate. But since this is a 2 and this is a 4, it is not a duplicate. This becomes redundant. I just use this as the count 1. So I go up here and I count 1. Remember, we got to go up because it's less up. We want to move towards the lesser number to even out, because the law of probability states that everything at some point will even out itself. It's called the law of maximum distribution. The variables. Law of large numbers. You know what I'm saying? So we're trying to pick up. The pick is going to be on the top end, because we would pick more from the top end. This becomes a 4. It reduces down to 6. So he's trying to even that out to 5. That's what probability does. It's trying to even itself out to 5, since we've gone from the last 10 draws, and 5 is the mean. It's the average. So we'll come down here. And so our count becomes 1. We're going to ignore the 4 because this is not a duplicate of 4, so we don't enter nothing here, so that becomes redundant. We're using the 1 as the count. If you notice again, just to reiterate, bring that down, okay? See, here's a 3. But our count here was at 7, so to give us our count or final selection, we go up here on our board, we count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You give us a 9. Write that down. Come down to 2 on the bottom side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 9 and a 5. So go down here. Okay. Go down here and enter the number 9. And the 9. Oops. 9 and 5. Okay. It gives us a count of 1. That changed from 3 to 1. The 4 and the 2, they're obsolete now, because if this was a 4 and the front end, like the 23, and that was a 4, like say 43, then there's a 4. Then on this box right here, I would have entered a 4 to use this as a count also. But since they're not duplicated, or they don't, so this doesn't count. So I just use the 1 as a count, and this is why I make my selection, final selection, and we go on top to match this right here. So we're counting up from the last hit of 3 and 1. So 4 is our selection. And that's how easy, folks. Just on a rundown, and on the first, pull this up and then go out to the lottery site on the, let me see, Vermont Day on the 3rd. If you notice there, it's in Vermont. Yeah, Vermont on the pick 3 for the 3rd. On the 3rd was first position. There it is, right there. 4. Incredible. Well, folks, there you have it. Hopefully, I'm gonna work on a different video again on how to other methods for picking the Powerball and the Mega Million. It's really easy. is cakewalk. So if you like, subscribe.